everyone, this is Spiritual Key. We're back for another reading, and we are going to be doing a Tupac Shakur and Jada Pinkett reading. I'm going to say this before I start. When a person is no longer alive and no longer here, please be mindful and consider their feelings and their energy as well. If you're going to put cards in their energy, make sure that you ask for permission to further longer to pull on their energy. Make sure that you ask them what can you ask and what are they willing to share with you. Okay? Okay, because just like us, they would like to rest and have peace. Just like us. And when you're pulling on their energy, just be mindful. Okay? So, how does Tupac Shakur feel? Oh, and also the back of the deck is this energy, but we're going to talk about that later. Okay, I have Trapped in Fear. I have the throat chakra, material and spiritual prosperity, and I also have conflict and defeated reverse. And at the bottom, and I'm going to move them up so y'all can really see the cards. Temptation, heartache and loss, hope in reverse, and then I have the truth. Okay, so I have Trapped in Fear with the throat chakra. I'm gonna say this. Sometimes when a person passed, no matter how long they have been passed and not here, a lot of them go through regret, being trapped in their mind, thinking about all the things that they have done in the past, especially with social media and everything like that, and people speaking, and also the throat chakra, also clairaudient, inner hearing, is what they would say the throat chakra can represent as well. Somebody that is listening and that can hear. And you know, Tupac Shakur is a Gemini. And if you ever seen his past interviews when people interview him, he always just say, my big mouth gets me in trouble. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I speak my mind. I'm real. And for a person not be able to speak their mind for the whole world to hear, for the whole world to understand, because he is no longer here, so he's not really able to speak his piece. But I did ask him for permission. Could I speak up for you, speak how you feel? And he said he didn't mind. And I also lit him a candle for healing, inner healing, and also to block negative energies, you know? So that way he can process and move on forward to peace, right? Yeah, when you're trapped in fear, you're trapped in your mind, you're not able to see past those emotions. Because I do recall Jada Pinkett saying that her and Paul got into an argument before he passed. Same thing with him and Snoop. And we're not going to really much talk about stuff like that. I'm just here just to say this. Speak positivity towards this man. Speak kind words towards Tupac Shakur, who's no longer here. If you want to light a white candle, go ahead and do that. Speak positivity into the light. And you know, with social media now, all the negativity about him and Jada and everybody clowning Will and all the other stuff. I feel like he doesn't care about certain stuff like that. He really wants positive energy right now. And he feels as though, well, if Jada was happy and she moved on with Will, she moved on, she moved on. And I have material and spiritual prosperity with conflict and defeat, but that is in reverse. Finding balance and peace within himself. And walking away from certain things that no longer serve him. He feels as though this is none of his business. Why is he being brought up for the 110th time about this drama? Anytime drama happens with the Picketts and the Smith, the family, anytime drama happens between Jada and Will, all of a sudden Tupac Shakur gets brought up into it. And he's really just minding his business. Let this man mind his business in peace. Okay, he feels as though that has nothing, well, I heard this ain't got shit to do with me. He doesn't like being brought up into their problems as if he was the cause, right? Because he was happy with his fiance. So he's not understanding, because at the time, Jada was with Will and he was with his fiance. And that was it. So he's not understanding, why am I being brought up in this? She was happy with hers and I was happy with mine. Whatever the fuck they got going on, it's not my business. And whatever the fuck me and her talked about is what the fuck me and her talked about, is nobody else's business. Y'all got him upset. He is very guarded. Y'all got him fucked up. Okay. Oh, and also, this is the deck I'm using. Okay, so I have the Temptation card, the Heartache and Loss card, the Hope card in reverse, and the Truth. I'm gonna say this, when a person passes away, sometimes they hold on to regret, especially when it comes to relationships and past relationships that they had, because don't nobody know when they're gonna pass, you know? And if you do know when you're gonna pass, I want to say that's amazing, but in the same thing, it's kind of like, damn. But I just want to say this. You're not gonna know when you're gonna pass or anything like that. So with him, I'm pretty sure he planned on, you know, making up and moving forward with certain people. Because, you know, as you get older, you know, certain things, it's kind of like, I don't even care to hold grudges no more. And I feel like a lot of people, like, because Jada Smith said before, her and Pac got into an argument before he died. Same thing with Snoop. They were on odds ends before he passed. Him and Biggie were on odds ends. And he was probably on odds ends with other people too, as well. And it sucks how his life was just taken away just like that. And how he wasn't able to mend those fences that he wanted to mend. You know, dwelling on the past and the loss and feeling trapped in your mind. Because this can also represent the Devil's card in the tarot deck too. Being attached to the heartache and loss that you have and everything that you're going through. And then you have Hope in reverse and the Truth card. Not seeing the light, and also people not seeing the light in certain things, like his light being dimmed down. This also represents the star card too, and it's in reverse. Um, Not being able to see, feeling hopeless, not being able to see the light in the tunnel with certain things. When a lot of people are speaking like negativity and everything like that, he can hear you. Especially if you're lighting candles and you're talking to him, he can hear you. And when people are speaking and talking about drama, it makes him uneasy, especially when it has nothing to do with him and it's none of his business. And he's being brought into something that's really messy and that's none of his business. And he has nothing to do with it. It dims down on his light. It just dwells down the light. And then we have the truth. And the truth can be the judgment card too in the tarot deck. Him being able to reflect, because once again, if you go look at his interviews, he's able to reflect on himself and speak his truth and speak his mind, right? And he's able to have self-reflection. Like, okay, I did this, that, and the third. What can I have done differently? I do feel as though he's in the process of trying to heal himself and get over certain things. But when Gemini is an air sign, if I'm not mistaken. And usually when I see air signs, in the tarot deck, they're swords, and I think about the mental. When you are not able, and especially with him, he was very vocal. When you're not able to vocally say things for the whole world to hear and speak your truth out and tell people to leave you the fuck alone, they'll come at you with that bullshit. Don't do all that because I'm happy over here. And then when you have people doing drama and weirdo shit, it makes him feel a type of way. And rightfully so. He has every right to feel the way he feels. Because I would hate to not be here no more and people bring me into bullshit and bring drama into me as if I had something to do with that. I had nothing to do with how the relationship is or how it's going. That had nothing to do with that. That's none of my business. I was with my fiance over here and they was over there with them. I was happy with mine and you go over there, you happy with yours. And I kept hearing, we grew up together. Just because we grew up together doesn't necessarily mean anything. Doesn't mean, and saying that, meaning just because we grew up together and we had a connection, it doesn't mean that we were supposed to be married and be together and have kids. You know what I'm saying? We was just really cool, close friends. And don't get me wrong, he's very protective of her, especially when she was going to be with Will. He was just making sure that, I hope, like that big brother, treat her right. Don't you fuck up, I'm going to get on your ass, And same thing with Jada. I'm pretty sure she's protective of old girl. Don't you hurt him, because I love him. They had like this love for each other. And I mean, we all see it, especially in photos and stuff like that. We can see it. And then I have this back of deck energy, moving on. Finding inner peace and trying to move on. And seeing that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Seeing that even with all the mess and the drama and the darkness right here, there is light. There is light. Moving forward. Because a lot of people are bringing up the past. Oh, Willow wrote a letter to Tupac. Oh, remember back in the day with Tupac Shakur and Will met and all this other stuff. he's over that. He feels as though that was like 25 years or 100 years ago. Like, we'll let that shit go. Alright, so let's go ahead. Let's pull. How does. Okay. What is his advice to Jada? What is his advice to Jada? And the back of the deck energy is the Queen of Swords in reverse. Right? And Jada is a Virgo, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so we have, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles, the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, the 10 of Wands. And then at the bottom I have the 9 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Justice card. He wants her to give more. And what I mean by that, he wants her to, how can I put this? When a person is hurting or when they're depressed or when they're down and they're used to people coming to their aid and just giving them so much that they're up now, and then they're up now while that person gave so much that now they're down, right? And this person's just up and walking around like, oh, the flowers are blooming, the birds are chirping, the bees are humming, oh, it's a beautiful day, and I'm just gonna go continue on with my day. And once they get down again, they go back to that person for another pick-me-up, and it's like, oh, thank you. You know, as if they're disposable. He wants her to have a fair balance, right? He wants her to be able to work things out. Yes, shit gets hard, but you got this. He wants her to be able to, as much as she takes, give back. And that can be mentally and emotionally. Make sure while you're being grounded, make sure that that person is grounded as well. He wants her to take a break from social media too. To get, and I quote, I heard, get your shit together and stay off the fucking internet for right now and get your shit together. That's what I heard. And I feel like they had a conversation because I keep on hearing, remember when you told me family comes first, keep your family first? That's what he wants her to do. Stay off of social media. Everybody get off social media and just go into hiding for a while just to gather everything together. Because right now this is messy. This is really messy. Okay, the 9 of Cups, the 5 of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Justice card. And I didn't say this before, but Swords represents the air sign, zodiac sign, how we deal with things mentally. Cups represents the water signs, how we deal with things emotionally. Pentacles or coins represents the earth signs and zodiac sign, how we deal with things and how grounded we are. And then we had the wands or the staffs earlier in the deck with the 10 of staffs, the 10 of wands. That represents the fire sign and how passionate we are. He feels as though he feels as though certain things she shouldn't show people. Be private with certain things because not everybody should see that. Something about him, he said something about him saying when people see that you're happy, they try to destroy that happiness. If they feel as though, if they see one little thing, yeah, he doesn't want her to be mindful of what she posts and what she shows the world. Certain things should be behind closed doors, right? He wants to help her. He wants to help her by giving her something. I don't know if she's like a dreamer, but if he ever comes into you in a dream, pay attention to that. Pay attention to signs. Because when he pops up, he pops up. He wants to bring her balance and order. And we have the Queen of Swords in reverse. He does want her to be mindful and how she talks to people. Okay, he wants her to be mindful how she talks to people because the Queen of Swords is someone whose words cut deep. Okay, the Queen of Swords is the one who knows what to say to hit that hurt spot. And also he wants her to be mindful of who she has around her that is negative like that too. Because that can make her like that as well. Being around somebody negative like that all the time can rub off on you, and then you bring that negativity home. Leave that bullshit at the door. Which is what I heard. Okay, I heard leave that bullshit at the door. Matter of fact, kick that motherfucker somewhere else. Okay? How is Jada feeling about all this that's going on? Ooh, she's being very protective right now. She's protecting her foundation and her family that she has. But also she does feel as though a lot of people turn their backs on them. And I feel bad for that because I keep hearing, well, there were times where I've been there for your ass, and when it's time for you to be there for me, you're not there. Gloomy days, like when you feel like you're drowning by yourself and nobody's helping you. Everybody that you thought that you're cool, that you thought that was your friend, you see them for who they are. And it sucks for this to happen, for that to get there. But now, at least now you know. At least now you know. All right, well that's it for this reading. Thank you for watching.